We are what we think. Grace and peace, everybody. Welcome to Sabbath School Study Group. My name is Chris Bailey, and this is part 3. 5 parts, but now we're talking about thinking. We've been moving forward through Philippians and Colossians, the idea of having a heavenly citizenship. And because of our heavenly citizenship, there's a heavenly mindset. So the mind is really coming in prominently into this journey, because what's going on up here that nobody sees, everybody will see it by what we do. Our speaking, our talking, our reacting, and our acting. They're all those visible things, they start in a place that we can't see in. That's in our brain, in our mind. So we actually are what we're thinking. So when the Bible, the greatest psychologist of all kind, Jesus Christ, and he's more than a psychologist or a psychiatrist because he doesn't subscribe a drug, he subscribes himself, his plan and his promise. He says here in Philippians 4, verse 8, look, finally, brethren, through the apostle Paul, whatsoever things are true. Here's the recipe. Here's the prescription for the mind. Whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report. If there be any virtue, if there be any praise, because we're always praising now with this heavenly mindset, think on these things. Think on these things. There's one thing to know about those things. The random experience, the incidental or even the accidental exposure, right? Because we can't always control what somebody's playing on their radio or what some place is playing over the loudspeaker. But when he says think on these things, that's speaking to some repetition. In other words, I'm trying to create an atmosphere and I'm trying to consume a diet that these are the principles that I'm always exposing myself to. Because if there's anything good in these things, by my exposure, they will actually become a part of me. That's why what we put in is so important when it comes to having and seeing God make a difference in what comes out. So let's go to Proverbs 23. Let's get a proverb to verify. Does this matter? Are we really what we think? Well, the Bible says, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee. Now, this was counseling, dealing with hypocrites or shady people. But the principle is that whatever is in somebody's heart, that's actually who they are. As a man thinks, so is he. Our thinking is so powerful, not in terms of changing circumstance or using your brain to go get something, but the idea of our brain being the center of shaping who we are, of molding who we are. So really, when we're thinking about the source of character, beyond the gift of what Jesus has given to us, what we become, what Jesus wants us to be, it's going to start in here. So let's remember, claim verse 9, Philippians 4, those things which you have both learned and received and heard and seen in me, do, and the God of peace shall be with you. Wow. So he ended by saying, and the God of peace shall be with you. We've already claimed the promise that the fact that God gives us peace in order to pave the way for us to be constantly praising. So is it possible then that we're lacking peace because of what we are thinking about, because of what we are focusing on? The random or even the constant exposure, the dopamine overload because of the scroll that we get caught up in, or because of the movie that we get wrapped up in. And it doesn't make these things in and of themselves wrong, but the method and even the message is so seductive that it ends up pulling us away from this place of peace, ends up pulling us into ourselves, even into our flesh, and away from a place of faith. Brothers and sisters, what are we thinking about? What is it that we can say, Lord, I need you to shift and shape in order to change the way that I'm thinking, because what I'm exempling is being affected by what I'm following. So I'd like to hear from you. Let us know in the comments, what are some good things in the world? What's a testimony that you have? What's something that's virtuous that nobody may know about, but you just want to let us know, hey, think about this or check this out. Anytime we can share the good with someone else, it goes into helping us think good. And whenever we're thinking good by the grace and the power of the Spirit of God, He will enable us to do that good.